Okay, this is Vanessa from Under Stage Lights, and I'm here with Bryce Avary from the Rocket Summer.
Hi.
So I know that you've had an interest in playing music for a long time. Can you describe how you took this passion and created the Rocket Summer?
Well, it was a long time ago. Once upon a time, when I was a wee lad, I started playing music when I was like 12, guitar and drums, and then I started playing in some bands, some punk rock bands, and then I decided to make a CD where I played all the instruments on it at my friend's house, and I put that out, and I decided to name it The Rocket Summer. I was 16. It's a long time ago. I'm an old man now, I feel like. But yeah, and then it became my life, which I guess I was halfway expecting, but halfway just as shocked when it actually happened. So.
How do you think your sound has changed since you first started?
Well, it's I just think lyrically, and it's more of an emotionally raw direction, and just kind of just what you'd expect. I mean, for anybody that starts when they're 16 over like 10 years, it's kind of, you learn a lot, you grow a lot as a person, spiritually, personality-wise, and just musically, and so. Yeah, I think if you listen to even Calendar Days and then you listen to Men and Angels, it's a pretty big jump, but yeah.
If you could create a tour with 3 other bands, who would you choose?
3 other bands? Probably U2, Paul McCartney, and Springsteen. We'd be the openers.
Would there be any newer bands that you'd just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Like if you did an older tour and a newer tour, who would you have on the
newer tour? Let me think, yeah. A lot of people always say they want us to tour Jack's Mannequin, like a co-head, like co-bill or
that would
something.
be a good tour.
Everybody says that. It'd be kind of like, Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel doing a tour or something. So, because I guess since we both play piano or something, it's like we have a lot of the same fans or something. So I think that would be a really, really cool tour that's been talked about forever. It really needs to happen already. And that and maybe Reliant K on the bill would be really cool. And as far as new, maybe the Reverend Peyton. He's on this tour and he's awesome. So I never heard of him before this tour. So.
What song do you think has the best crowd response?
It's a hard one to figure out. I mean, they're all pretty equally. They all kind of have equal responses. As far as the new songs, we don't really play very many new songs. Only because we have a 30-minute set, and we've got 4 records now, so it's kind of, on Warped Tour you kind of have to pick and choose, so we play like 2 songs off of each record pretty much, and so off the new stuff, we sometimes play Walls, and that gets a big response, and Hills and Valleys. The old stuff is Do You Feel, and So Much Love, and Brat Pack. Those always get really big responses, but I think I'm going to do something cool this fall where I do a tour, and I play a lot more, I don't know, all those songs, but as well play some more like obscure Rocket Summer songs for kind of our diehard fans.
How would you describe your writing process? Do you do the lyrics first or the music first usually?
Generally the music and the melodies. Generally it all happens at once actually. Sometimes I'll be playing some chords and singing, and like the first phrase that comes out of my mouth, I generally write the song around that. It's really interesting how it works. Like So Much Love I wrote that way, and Say I wrote that way, and like new songs, Hills and Valleys, and You Gotta Believe, and Roses, and I mean, it's always like, it's like this instinctual thing that happens. It's really weird. I don't know. I think it's a spiritual thing, so.
Where do you say that most of your inspiration comes from?
I'm just really inspired by wanting to inspire and inspiring things, and all things that inspire. I'm really inspired by life struggles and the kind of roads that get us to the next place, and I'm really inspired by God working in my life and those around me, and recognizing where He is working. And I'm inspired by rock music and country music and hip hop music. I'm just inspired by it. Yeah, I'm very, but a lot of mostly struggles in a weird way. So I feel like that's where you grow the most. That's where I feel like I found God a lot of times, and so I tend to write about those moments.
What do you hope to achieve by the end of 2010?
Well, I hope to. I have some secret things that I can't really announce yet, so I hope that those things happen. That's what I hope. And I'm sorry that was such a bad answer.
What was your biggest challenge as a band so far?
Biggest challenge as a band?
Or it could be personal.
Musically, biggest challenges have been generally stuff that it's like unfortunate for me that I can't really talk about, which is a bummer. I could easily write a book on a lot of things that have gone down that would be very interesting, but some music industry stuff, I don't know,
yeah.
And some sleazy biz. So.
What was your inspiration for the video, do you feel?
I just wanted to capture real people with real struggles, and I really wanted to do something that just like hit some people right in the heart and got people to want to get involved. That song is about the feeling of knowing that all of us want to get involved. We all have our own issues that kind of get in the way. Even if those issues are like really small or really big, it's kind of like nature, or like, you know, something stops us to get involved. And I called some of my friends, asked them to be in the video, and they did it. And I just thought it was really cool. So.
Yeah, it is a cool video. What are your rehearsals generally like?
Rehearsals? They're pretty hardworking. It's weird. It's like I tour with a bunch of my friends. But on the records, I actually like I perform all the instruments and write all the parts and everything. So it's a lot of like figuring out the songs and then seeing how they're going to come together with the full band, and just doing them over and over until we're very good. I don't know. I kind of come from a drumline background where we marched drum corps and stuff, and that was very, very militant. And I'm not militant whatsoever, but a couple of the guys in my band also did that. So we're just used to like sectionals and running things till we're like really good at it. But there's no right or wrong way to do it, because there's something to be said about just kind of plugging in and jamming too, which that sometimes happens too. But I don't know, we just take a lot of pride in being a tight band live, and so generally a lot of rehearsing.
How would you describe your career in one word?
Interesting.
What's your favorite Warped Tour memory so far?
Probably in Atlanta, when normally on Warped Tour we play amphitheater. This is, I guess, for the racetrack today, a horse racing track. And on days like this, my stage is just another normal stage, but normally we actually play the big amphitheater stage. And unfortunate for some of the other bands, there was a massive storm in Atlanta that started right before we started playing, like 20 minutes before. And they made everybody go into the amphitheater that wasn't there. And so literally we walked out and played in front of like 10, 11,000 people, and that was like, you know, that was pretty cool. And people were running around on the grass at the top, like dancing to the songs, and just had this very Woodstock feeling. It was a huge blessing to know that we were the chosen band to get to play in front of the most people, pretty much on Warped Tour, I think. So, because I mean, some people have drawn like massive crowds, but I don't think there had ever been a moment like that where literally every person at Warped Tour had to be at one stage, and that happened to be for us, which wasn't on purpose, you know. But I think we made a lot of fans that day, and just kind of a cool thing to just look out and see just like a sea of people, like every seat filled, and it was just really, really cool.
Thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And do you have any final thoughts for your fans?
That's it. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.